So last week I did a video where I went to different pawn shops and I wanted to sell them silver. I wanted to see what they would pay. I wanted to show in that video the reality of selling silver to pawn shops. So I said in the video I was going to sell to at least one shop, and that's exactly what I did. I sold a 1 ounce silver buffalo round and a 1 ounce silver eagle to a local pawn shop. I showed the receipt and it showed that I got $25 an ounce for a buffalo and $25 an ounce for a silver eagle. Obviously, I took a loss given that at the time, silver was around $26.50 and eagles have a pretty decent premium right now. So in reality, if I had to rebuy that eagle at that time, I would have been paying around $32. For the buffalo, I would have been paying around $29.50, maybe $28.50, depending on where you get it. So yeah, I lost a few bucks doing that video. But people in the comments really mistook what I was trying to do. Many people just said simply, why would you sell your silver? Other people said, why would you sell your silver to pawn shops? I did have a couple of more disheartening comments of people slamming me for basically, making silver look bad. Like, you're going to these pawn shops, you're selling silver, no one's gonna buy it when they see what the pawn shops gave you. And I thought those comments were interesting because on this channel for the last 6-7 years, especially the people that say that I'm bashing silver, I mean, why would I bash something that I believe in so much and that I talk about on this channel that I love so much? I absolutely love stacking silver. I mean, I'm showing you some stuff right now. These right here, these are for my permastack. And I'm showing you some of the silver that I literally keep and stack because I, just like you and most of the people watching this channel, believe in silver. The point of that video had nothing to do with trying to bash silver or make it look bad. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even trying to bash the pawn shops. I mean, pawn shops really aren't coin dealers. They really aren't bullion dealers. And so you can't really expect a pawn shop to pay you as much as a coin shop does because the coin shops move a lot more silver. That's what they do. If you walk the 4 pawn shops that I walked into, only one of them even had coins or silver on display. That's it, just one of the 4. So they don't move as much of it. So as a result, they probably aren't going to pay you as much for your silver. To be honest with you, the pawn shop that offered me $25 for a pawn shop, I thought was a lot better than I expected to see. I did see other shops offer me $22 and $22.50. That's more in line with what I expected to see from a pawn shop. And of course, I couldn't sell to those pawn shops in that video. I couldn't do it. Selling at $25 was already tough. At spot $26.50. Going less than that was even harder. But the point of me telling you all this in today's podcast is that it's not a bash on silver. It's just to show the reality for people that if they were to actually go and sell their silver to a pawn shop, why maybe they should think twice, or maybe they should shop around, or maybe they would just go to a regular coin shop or sell their silver on their own. It's so important to understand that not every single person is fully versed on stacking silver, on where to buy it, on where to sell it. I get comments from people all the time on this channel that say they are new in the stacking, they just got into it, and they are happy to receive the information. Even if some of the people watching this video are like, duh, well, you don't go to a silver to sell, or to a pawn shop to sell silver. Well, not every single person has that experience. Not every single person thinks the same, and not every single person knows that maybe a pawn shop isn't the best place to go sell silver. So my point in that video for you guys watching, and I hope that you still are, is not to bash on the pawn shops. It's certainly not to bash on silver. I think everyone should be stacking silver today. That's my personal opinion, of course, but it's neither of those things. It's to show the reality. Now, those people that comment saying, why would you even sell silver right now? There's a number of different reasons that they say it. Now the dollar's going to collapse and we should have silver. Silver's real money. Why would you sell your silver for fiat currency? Well, the reality of it is, for you guys commenting that, is, again, not everybody is you, and not every single person is in your position. I don't think you should sell silver right now unless you absolutely had to. I talk all the time on this channel about, people should have a savings set aside of fiat because that's what people accept to pay for things today. If you need to get gas, if you need to pay your mortgage or your rent, if you need to pay your car insurance, I know there are exceptions. People are going to say, well, I'll take it. I'm an insurance agent. Sure. But, 99%, and that's just a number off the top of my head. I don't know the actual statistic, but the majority of businesses do not accept silver, guys. They don't. And so if you get injured, or if you're in a car accident, or your car breaks down and you need to take it to a repair shop or get a replacement part, Most places aren't going to accept your silver. And if you find yourself in a position, I've said this before, I know many of you have heard this, and I apologize for saying it again. But if you find yourself in a position where you are forced to sell your silver because you didn't have a savings set aside, then you may have to sell it at an inopportune time or at an inopportune place like a pawn shop. And so, yeah, maybe you have that savings set aside and all of your silver, you don't intend to sell it. I mean, these 4 kilo bars right here, these are out of what I call my deep stack. This is the silver that I have zero intention of selling. Some silver that I have, I use for, different things, for trading, bartering, selling, when the opportunity is right. But I have things that go into my deep stack, and you're looking at some of it right here. These, I'm just like you guys that say, why sell silver? These are not for sale. These stay in my deep stack. These will probably be with me till the day I die. And then my kids I have 4 kids, so they'll each get one of these kilo bars and a bunch of other stuff. But my point is they'll all split the silver, and then they'll do with it what they want. Hopefully they've learned a lot from me about real money versus fake money, about, real money like silver versus fiat currency that, is backed by nothing. And they'll know that they should maybe stack it and save it for their kids as well, or for a rainy day or whatever. But I don't want to judge people that find themselves in a position that they have to sell. And so what I want to do on this channel is show those people that do need to sell. Maybe they do have the savings. I don't know. But if they have to sell, they should at least know the best way to go about it. Now, there's a number of ways that one could sell their silver. If you need to sell it quickly because the emergency came upon very fast, and maybe you do have a savings, but you didn't have as much as you thought, or you didn't have enough for whatever arose, you didn't save enough, whatever, and you need to sell it quickly, as much as everyone talks about how important it is to sell silver on your own because you get more for it that way, it takes time, it takes resources, and it also comes with risk. If you open an eBay account and sell your silver on eBay, or if you sell it through a Facebook marketplace, or if you sell it through a Reddit forum, or if you sell it on some, silver forum, or if you sell it in a Discord channel, whatever it is, you are always going to face a risk of the package getting lost. You're going to face the risk of fraud, somebody paying for the silver and then, basically saying, oh, I never got it, and PayPal giving them the money back or whatever it is. There's a number of risks that are involved with selling silver on your own that if you were to just walk into a coin shop, you don't have to worry about. So sometimes people need to sell it. And additionally, walking into a coin shop, it means you walk out with the money immediately instead of having to wait, for that payment to come through, for that silver to ship, so on and so forth. So sometimes people do need to sell it, even if they don't want to, even if it's at an inopportune time, even if it's a bad idea to sell silver right now. Sometimes people don't have a choice because they find themselves in an emergency that they are unable to cover, and nobody should judge people for having to sell their silver. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all putting it aside for a rainy day, whether that rainy day is because the dollar has collapsed, or that rainy day is because you got sick, or you're in an accident, or you need to bail your son out of jail, whatever it is. We all have it for a rainy day, and we all have it for different reasons. And at the end of the day, we should not judge other people for having to sell their silver if they need to. So, like I had said, just to kind of wrap up today's podcast, and I know this is just silver on the screen, just to wrap up today's podcast. If you have to sell your silver, don't feel bad about it. But if you can keep it, and this is just my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. You can't hold me against me. This is just my opinion as a guy on the other side of the screen. But if you have the opportunity to continue to stack silver and keep your silver, then you should. Absolutely. At least that's what I think. But if you do have to sell your silver, the goal of this channel, one of the goals, there's many goals of this channel, but one of the goals of this channel is to show you what you can expect if you do need to sell. That's why I do videos where I show premiums. That's where I do videos where I call coin shops to find out what they're paying. That's why I do videos that shows what things are selling for. That way you can know what to expect. So if I do a video where I call coin shops to sell silver eagles, and I get 5 or 6 shops that are offering me $2 or $3 an ounce over spot, that if you walk into a coin shop and they offer you spot or $1 over spot, that they're probably paying a little bit too low, and it would be to your benefit to shop around. That's the point. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up here. I hope that listening to my I won't call it a rant because I'm not angry at all. I hope that listening to what I had to say today at least gave you something to think about. And if you did learn anything today, please do me a favor. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. You guys are awesome, and we will see you next time.